Good morning. We are back in the weld shop again today, and I'm going to do a little demonstration, and we're going to talk about a couple things, and I'm going to show you guys what you should not be doing. Don't do this. And we're also going to talk about getting screwed over. Be careful who you hire, what contractors you let do your jobs, because if you ain't paying attention, they're going to get one over on you, and it's going to cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. So you got to be real careful of who you hire, who you let work for you. I'll explain that here in just a minute. All right, we're in the shop here. Let's take a little tour of the shop. There's my welding positioner. There's one of the little welds I made this morning. A little 2-inch weld. Zip it in there. I don't know if you can see the inside or not. See if it'll pick it up. Won't pick it up. But anyways, here's my little station. This is what I work at. Got a little rack for my grinders. Got a little Hoosier pole for everything. It's welded to the bench. But anyways, there's my little station. Do a lot of time I sit right here. But somebody's yelling at me now. We're gonna take a look at this drawing here in just a second after I find out why they're hollering at me. Okay, we have been interrupted, but we're back. So a couple little things here. First of all, this is what you got to watch out for, because engineers, I don't know, they kill me. This right here, it's hard to see, but that's a weld by flange valve, and it's actually a raised face flange. Raised face flange on these valves, all these. But what do you got here? You got a flat face flange. You cannot put a flat face flange against a raised face flange. Okay, so again, you got you a meter. This meter is going to come in with a flat face. These valves are raised face. You can't do that. Now, this is where the customer ties in. They do whatever they want. They're going to have to make that up with a raised face to match. But we should not be using this. We should not be using a raised face against a flat face. These regulators come in flat faced. Same thing here. Flange flat, raised on the valve. So don't do that. So always be careful. Don't do that. Engineers really messed up on all these drawings, but we've let them know about it. They don't care. Anyways, let's talk about something else. Okay, so we had a job. We let a contractor do it for us instead of utilizing in-house labor. Apparently we were too busy to do it, and they decided to let a contractor do it. It's a reputable contractor. We use them all the time, but nobody was watching him. Nobody was overseeing it. They turned in their bill. Just to throw out some round numbers, let's say it was around $23,000 for this particular job. And I looked it over and I thought, that doesn't sound right. There's no way it could cost that much. So we started figuring it up. A lot of 8-inch welds, some 6-inch welds, a lot of 3-inch welds, and maybe a 2-inch weld here and there. Had some threadlets on it, some 3/4 threadlets, some 1/4-inch threadlets. But when you figure it up, there was roughly 40 to 45 6 and 8-inch and 3-inch welds. If you divide that up, it works out to be just under 3 hours per weld. And 3 hours to make a 6 or 8-inch weld, that's a little excessive. But we paid for that. We're going to do a little demonstration. We're going to see how long it really takes. So we'll just see what we can do. See how long. We're going to do a 6-inch. We're going to test a 6-inch and see exactly how long it takes to make a 6-inch weld. 6-inch butt weld, which is what we typically do. So let's set this up and see if we can't get an accurate time of what it would take us to do. And just so nobody thinks that we're cheating, here it is. It's almost 10:30, and I still got all this stuff in my way, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean the shop a little bit. I gotta get that out of the way, put a piece of pipe in there. We're gonna cut the pipe, prep the pipe, weld the pipe, and we're gonna see if we can do it in less than 3 hours. So again, it's about 10:30. Let's see what time we get finished. Here we are cutting the pipe. gonna take a little bit. We're not gonna get in a hurry. And we have spent 6 minutes, I believe. 8 minutes, give or take. Got a piece of pipe in there. We're gonna make a couple cuts. I'm gonna hand bevel this with the grinder, so I'm not gonna use a tool. So it's gonna take me a little bit longer. It's gonna make it fair. So we got the pipe cut. Now we're gonna move it over here to the positioner, and we're gonna make some bevels. We're gonna do it by hand, so we're not cheating. Let's take a look. We'll watch, see how long that takes. Again, you can see it's only been about 10 or 12 minutes maybe. Let's see what this takes. We're gonna do a little time lapse so you guys can watch. All right, so we've got our pipes beveled. We've got them halfway prepped. We got this piece here. If you guys will notice, we've been roughly a half an hour, give or take. So that's where we're at right now. We've got it cut, cleaned, and prepped, ready to weld in a half an hour. That's by myself, no help. So let's go ahead and tack it up and get it welded out and see if we can do it in less than 3 hours. I decided I'm gonna go ahead and do this in real time. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up in here. I'm gonna put the camera in the holder and let you guys watch in real time. I'll try to make this as efficient as possible. So here we go. Here we are. We're gonna get started, see how long this takes. It's currently 5 minutes till 11. There's that. We're not going to get in a hurry. We're going to do it on a normal schedule, a normal pace. Got that under there just so it don't fall. If it does come out of the chuck, it won't kill us. We'll fit this up, get us a halfway squared up fit up. Not going to waste a lot of time on it. We're going to get it good enough to weld. We're going to make our weld. But I do hope that I can make this weld in less than 3 hours. Got that. We got us a little piece of wire here. That in there just as a spacer. It's about a 532. Oh, that's gonna be tight. It's close. It ain't, almost ain't long enough. And check our high, low, all that good stuff. Come over here and get our whip. All right. Give it one more look around, watch your eyes. Got us a decent little tack. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. Got it pretty good. I should put my rolly stands under there. Let's put a rolly stand under it just so it can roll if it needs to. again. We're not going to get in a hurry. I'm just going to go at a normal pace. Oh, man, may have screwed myself on that one. Where's my pliers? See if we can't fish that out of there. There we go. Put our wire back. It's about a 532, I believe. Leave that there. It's a good place for that. All right. Roll this over. Get our fit up the way we like it. Gap looks pretty decent. About an 1/8 inch. Watch your eyes. Short 1/4 inch tack, something like that. We're going to check our alignment. We want to get it halfway close to replicate the real fitting time that it would take for a person to fit. We could make this weld just the way it is. But we're going to square it up and take our time. We got that. Pretty close. Pretty close. Take some of that out. Watch your eyes. And that falls right out because that weld drawed up a little bit. Roll it around here to the top. Pretty heavy gap over here. Put it on the downhill side. Watch your eyes. All right, we got it tacked up. We're going to feather these tacks now. All right, so we've got our tacks feathered. Everything is fit up and ready to weld. It's been a couple minutes, 7 minutes and 44 seconds to be exact. So let's go ahead and make this weld. I'm going to put it on time lapse and we'll document the time for you. Here's our fit up, just so you guys are wondering. Got our tacks feathered in, got our bevel clean, ready to put that bead in there. We're gonna go ahead and set this camera back up. But as you can see, we're coming up in about, let's see, 30-40 minutes. We're about 40 minutes into this project, and we're getting ready to get finished. So let's just take a look. I'm gonna throw it back on time lapse so you guys can watch this whole weld and not have to take all that time. So here we go. All right, there we have it. Let's go look at the clock and we'll look at the weld, make sure that it's done. And there's our 6-inch weld. I took my time and we're almost an hour. And that's not getting in a hurry. One person by myself. Even had a little mishap, had to change a spool of wire. So it took exactly, say, 1 hour to make a 6-inch weld, taking our time. Not too bad, not the best, not the worst. We're gonna restart. There it is. Inside should be x-ray quality. Got a little bead up in there. Bead looks good. So we'll talk about why it took so long. All right, so let's talk about why there's such a difference in what I did and what the contractor did. So our contractor was paid to build the meter set, and it took them 131 hours of straight time. There was roughly 45 welds, and they ranged from 8-inch welds, 6-inch welds, 4-inch, 3-inch, and a couple little threadlets. So not all of them was 6-inch welds or 8-inch welds. They charged roughly $3 or 3 hours per weld of labor. I can do it in about a third of the time. Why? Well, it's because I utilize a wire machine, gas metal arc welding. So I'm utilizing a Miller XMT wire machine. I don't think they're qualified to wire weld, so they were forced to stick weld. And if anybody knows, stick welding's typically, when you're fabricating something, usually about 3 to 4 times slower. And that proved to be the point. So they was probably a good fabricator, good welder. I don't know the individual personally, but that goes to show you that being multi-qualified combo welder, you can pick up the machine and use it to your advantage. Use whichever one, if applicable, if you're allowed to, if the company doesn't care. You can pick up the wire machine, and that's a third of the time. So that's 2/3 of the time that you're not going to spend welding, which for me, I enjoy getting paid to not weld. I can go do other things, ride around, hit the drive-through, get a little bit fatter. So yeah, our contractor that did that work ended up giving us a refund, significant refund. I believe it was around $6,000, give or take, on that. So there's the air compressor. So we're going to go ahead and end the video right there. But yeah, being able to utilize a wire machine versus stick welding, you're going to be a lot faster. And I think they were loafing off. So yeah, let's end this video because it's awfully loud. So have a great day. Be safe. Get paid. Have fun.